This is the end of a story that was 40 years in the making. About a girl from Indiana who grew up on a farm, who had a dream and followed it to Nashville. In chasing her dream, she met a boy and they fell in love. And in time, with her sweet voice and his words, they built a music career. And even more than that, a life together in a farmhouse in Tennessee.
My sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin, not just in part, but the whole is there.
It's an end to a story that we never saw coming. A love story that started in a church with an audience of a few and ended with millions of people watching, hoping, and praying with us for a different outcome. But this is not just the end of a story, it is also the beginning of another one. A story about how the same man had to pick up his little one and walk on, and keep trusting that the God who let them be part of this story was about to start writing a beautiful new one. Your spin.
Papa got farmer.
It is said that time changes everything, and I guess it does. But in other ways, it hasn't changed much at all. We are still in the same old farmhouse as before. The furniture has moved a bit, and we've added a porch and poured some concrete, but most everything else is the same. Mama today. I do the best.
That's good.
The potting shed I gave Joey for her 30th birthday and the windmill she gave me for my 40th are still standing. So am I. A bit older and grayer, but I'm continuing to step forward and take life a day at a time. Our farm is in a little community an hour south of Nashville, near the city of Columbia, which most people call Muletown. The few acres we started with has grown to 100 now, and my two younger sisters, Marcy and Candy, and their husbands live on the farm too, on either side of me. We all do life together and have dinner at my house or theirs a couple of times a week. Though Marcy had a stroke a year ago, she is fully recovered and back to running our little family restaurant, Marcy Joe's Meal House, along with the bakery she opened nearby with her son Michael, where they continue changing lives one bite at a time. We still plant and harvest a garden each summer. Though they've not been as big or as fruitful as when Joey was here, the time we spend digging in the soil together helps to root us in the land as much as it does the vegetable seeds we plant. Fried chicken? 4 springs have turned to summers and 4 falls to winters. And though we weren't sure it would, a beautiful life continues to unfold around us.
Go around the corner.
This past summer was the 20th anniversary of us being here at the farm, and we had a big gathering with our neighbors and friends around the Hardison Mill community we live in to celebrate. In some ways, it feels like time is moving very slow. But in other ways, it seems like it's flying by. 4 years of my life isn't that long, but in another person's life, it's forever. Our little girl, Indiana, who was 2 when her mama passed away, just celebrated her 6th birthday. She has gone from a crib to a little bed to a big girl bed. From her teeth coming in to already losing a couple. You can see me. From not knowing how to crawl at 2 to running all the way to school. And from talking with her hands,
Say please, please,
to full conversations with us.
Happy Father's Day, Papa.
And now learning to read.
I say hi more.
She still has the same big personality as she had before, maybe even bigger if that's possible.
Yeah.
Full of life and laughter and love, but also easy to get her feelings hurt and in need of Papa's arms to hold her. She loves her dog Ranger and helping feed the horses, and is also known to break into dancing in the middle of a Disney movie or any other time music starts playing. And she loves her big sister so much. Our older girls have been a tremendous help to me. Heidi is 33 and Hopi is 31. Both beautiful, independent women following their own dreams and building their own lives. Fortunately, they don't live far away, and we get to see and spend time with them often.
Good job.
Another one.
More.
How about that one?
They are all incredible kids, teaching me to see beyond our differences and love greater, to fear less and trust more, and to have faith, even when it's hard to understand. This is the unfolding story of the life we are building together as I try to make a difference and live each day like it's my last. After looking at the empty concert hall across our driveway for a couple of years, I finally decided to get back on stage again. At first, it was to raise money for a good cause. But since then, I've continued to perform because it has strangely felt like it's where I needed to be, a part of what I'm born to do. Besides me, Bill Gaither, Randy Travis, Bradley Walker, and lots of other folks have come to be a part of the music that's been made there. I'm still doing shows here one weekend a month from May until December, and those will be starting up again before too long. When I started doing home concerts again, we redid the concert hall and added a big LED wall on the stage. So besides singing, I can show video clips and tell stories about our life, and even more than that, Joey can join me on stage too, from time to time. It's been wonderful to be back together with all the neighbors and friends who've been part of putting our concerts on from the beginning. Friends and family and neighbors who are...
Actually, James, come on out here.
And my time on stage has inspired me to take another step. This past week, I went into the recording studio again for the first time in almost 5 years, when Joey and I made our hymns album. And I have started putting down a song or two. Songs that move me, that have spoken to me and that I think might be helpful to others, like this one. I didn't write it, my friend Tim Johnson did, but I have lived it and I am living it still. I've come to realize that when difficult things happen in our lives, times when our hearts are broken into a million little pieces, these are the moments that matter the most. The ones where we find out who we truly are. The decisions we make now change everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you gonna have a good cry? Punch a hole in the wall? Are you gonna drink the whiskey down until you can't stand up at all? Are you gonna blame the woman or admit you played a part? What you gonna do with that broken heart? Are you gonna find a stranger and have a one-night stand? Are you gonna look inside yourself and be as honest as you can? These choices that you're making, will they tell you who you are? What you gonna do with that broken heart? Are you gonna dwell on the past, or are you gonna get past the pain? Are you gonna hold on, let go, or let it drive you insane? Will you pick up the pieces, or just leave them where they are? What you gonna do with that broken heart? Are you gonna find forgiveness somewhere down the line and understand the reasons that she left you behind? Will you let somebody love you in spite of the scars? What you gonna do with that broken heart? Are you gonna dwell on the past, or are you gonna get past the pain? Are you gonna hold on, let go, or let it drive you insane? Will you pick up the pieces, or just leave them where they are? What you gonna do with that broken heart? Pick up the pieces, or just leave them where they are? Tell me what you gonna do with that broken heart? What you gonna do with that broken heart? This is the unfolding story of the life we are building together as I try to make a difference and live each day like it's my last. I am 54 years old now, and though the voice inside me feels much, much younger, the lines around my eyes tell the truth. I'd like to say that at 54 I have life figured out, but I don't. It is still a mystery to me. And so I just keep doing what I love to do, which is make stories. A few weeks before Indy was born, Joey and I decided to take a year off and simplify our lives, to homestead and just be with a new baby. At the same time, I started taking pictures and filming our lives almost daily. And I started a blog called This Life I Live, an online story where I could capture precious moments as they were happening and put them down in stone, and also share them with others. God gave us a much different story that year and the years that followed than the one we had in mind. A story that included a little girl with almond eyes, a new mother battling cancer, and ultimately, 2 years later, me standing over a wooden cross, holding the hand of one of them and letting the other one go. My first blog post was about our water pipes freezing. The next one was about Joey making croissants for me early one morning. I've told stories about our middle daughter helping put a fire out in the garden at our neighbor Miss Joanne's house, about used engagement rings, and bailing my cowboy hat behind a tractor in the back field. Some have been funny stories where I laughed out loud as I typed, and some were written with a steady stream of tears pouring down on my keyboard. But in all of them, the stories were usually about something more than just what I was writing. They weren't just about what was happening in the stories, they were usually about what was really happening. Writing helped me to not only capture and share many of the most important moments, it also helped me to make sense of them, and in some ways, understand life just a little bit better. And now, here it is more than 5 years since that first blog post, and what a gift it has been, and still is, to have all those stories and footage frozen in time. My wife's beautiful smile and voice, her living and breathing and full of hope forever. And so this show is my blog come to life. Instead of words on a web page and some pictures, I'm going to try to tell our story as it happens and capture it with a camera, or as much of it as I can. Sometimes it's just me and an iPhone, and sometimes I have help from the same bunch of friends that have made most of our music videos and TV programs with us over the years. I'm thankful that we'll be capturing Indiana growing up, and my older girls as they are now, and my sisters and friends and community. What a gift it will be for my girls someday to have me captured here too. All of us together forever. As I move forward in telling stories about the present, I'll be sharing lots of special moments from the past, including Joey, not just in the story of where we've been, but of where we're going. So much has happened in the last 4 years. I couldn't have imagined the sun continuing to rise and the birds continuing to sing, but they have, and they always will, even when my story is finished. From heartache springs hope. From death, life. I think our sweet friends, the Isaacs, said it best in song at the funeral. Even when we think it isn't, truly, it is well.
For it is well.
It is well
With my soul.
with my soul. It is well. It is well with my This is the unfolding story of the life we are building together as I try to make a difference and live each day like it's my last. This life I live, scenes from one man's extraordinary, ordinary life.
Too slow. My turn to get you. Ready? Oh, shoot. Too slow.